I raise your hand if you thought they would be where they are right now at the start of this season, because I did not. I mean, we talked about it a lot. We were there in Fort Myers, and there was definite optimism from Alex Cora and Nick Pivetta and Tristan Cassis and those that we had on the show at JetBlue, but I did not think that they would be a game out of that wild card spot at this point. So, and you got to credit not only the young guys, but you got to credit Alex Cora. And we'll talk to Sam Kennedy about that coming up.
The biggest news story of our trip to Florida was you two being stuck in the car when I did the interview for my son's very special school.
I'll never get over that.
Yeah, that was an hour.
And you were so nervous, Curtis.
My God.
Literally an hour and a half of my life that I will never get back.
But he got in,
Curtis,
so it was worth it.
Curtis trying to sell his son to a preschool, a private preschool for $40,000 a year.
And he told us, "Can I just pull over, guys? I promise it'll take 15 minutes tops."
I am so sorry. I'm still paying back.
But Sam Kennedy will join us in half an hour at 9. This is Mike from Florida. Hello, Mike.
Hello, boys.
Hey, what's up?
Listen, I want to chip in on Alex Cora. I think he's going to be laughing all the way to the bank, whether the Red Sox sign him or not. I do have a request. I've listened to Sam Kennedy's BS the whole season. I know you got him coming on.
Yeah.
Please don't bring him back. People know what's going on there. Treat Alex with some respect. And if you're going to let him go, just tell him he's going to be gone. He's going to be the highest paid manager in baseball next year. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. I mean, I don't know what – I guess the question is what Alex Cora wants. Mm-hmm. I mean – wants to play or manage at a place where he has a chance to win it. I don't know if you feel like he thinks that's the future here or not. I don't know. I know the Mets will probably be looking for somebody. I know there are. I don't know if that's a better job than here. I don't think, unless he wants to be in New York. I just don't understand why, if you're the Red Sox and you want him, you don't back the Brinks truck up and give him a deal that he wants and give it to him right now. Yeah. Can you tell me why, Curtis, they don't?
Because they know he knows the plan doesn't include spending to win now, which is the same reason they had such a hard time filling the vacant GM spot they got from firing Chaim Bloom for doing exactly what they hired Chaim Bloom to do.
So he doesn't want to be here.
Would you?
So then it's on him.
No, it's not, Wiggy. If this place says that it's just going to be Wiggy and you're producing your own show and the entire building is empty, you would look for another opportunity. Like that's the way that he was hired by the Red Sox to pursue championships, which is what they did with Dave Dombrowski. I think it's working pretty well in Philly, by the way. They elected to move away from that and hire Chaim Bloom. And then they fired Chaim Bloom because people were mad that what Chaim Bloom was doing, even though they hired him to do that, and they brought in Craig Breslow to do the same thing. The reason nobody wanted to come here to be the general manager is not because of any other reason other than they see the direction of the organization. And that's what Alex Cora told Justin Turner preseason, which is the same reason Alex Cora will tell us that he left, because the team changed its path. It's fine. I mean, it's not really, but that's what they're doing. They're going cheap, and they're going in a way in which that it is an easy manage for John Henry.
But you just heard David Hamilton talk about the young guys on this team.
Right.
And what they've been able to do.
Right.
They've won 5 in a row.
Right.
Why'd they fire the guy that brought him in here?
They've won 8 of the last 10.
Mm-hmm.
They won 2 out of 3 from the Phillies and the Yankees, 2 really good teams. They just swept the Blue Jays. Like, a lot of that has to do with the manager.
Right.
And so I don't know how you can look at Alex Cora and not say he's the guy that you want going forward, especially when your focus is on younger guys that are in the system and are coming up, and Alex Cora seems to be the kind of manager who can get the best out of
Greg, let me ask this question. If Cora went to Kennedy and said, hey, listen, I want to continue to manage, and I'd like to manage here, do you think they'd bring him back?
I don't know.
See, I think they would. I think they're waiting on whether or not he wants to come back or whether he wants to continue managing, right? That's what we all talked about. How long does he want to do this for? He knows that this is the team that basically saved his managerial career.
But that's done with. That's water under the bridge.
Right. So
he's assured of the Astros stuff he's overcome that.
Right.
So he goes somewhere else.
Right.
And he's going to win a championship. I mark it down.
If Dave Dombrowski were still here, would there be any doubt that he'd already be extended?
I don't think so.
So then that's why we're having this conversation. All you need to do is look at what he said to Justin Turner. I know I keep saying it, but that's literally it. We have the cut. We can play it again later. Where Justin Turner explained that Alex Cora said, if you want to win, you got to go elsewhere.
Great lead this morning. Who had that?
I think it was a sports guy, Greg Hill.
So
do you have that audio, Shime? For those who weren't listening at 6:30, we do leads on this show every morning around 6:30.
The lead gazpacho for Shime.
Sometimes we get them done by 7. Sometimes it's 7:30.
They're definitely in by 10.
I hope Pudge is still alive. He hasn't moved.
Justin Turner asked about why he is not playing here this season for the Red Sox.
It was a priority pretty much the whole offseason until I got a phone call saying that it's not going to happen, to go look somewhere else and find another team that's going to win a championship was really the messaging. So, I was trying, I was wanting, I was holding out, I was waiting. I had a few conversations with Alex throughout the free agency, and I think he was trying to get me back, but he was also the one that made the phone call and said, "Hey man, don't drag your feet anymore," which I appreciated a lot. The honesty, the upfrontness, and not trying to hold out and drag me along. So that's something that I respect greatly about him.
Let that sink in. Alex Cora is the guy who is calling Justin Turner and saying, find another team that's going to win a championship.
Yep.
He doesn't think this team's going to win a championship.
No.
Or he would have said, yeah.
Not this year?
Yeah, let's keep working on it. Keep at him. Keep pestering Craig Breslow. Thanks for the loyalty. Thanks for wanting to be here. Go find another team that is going to win a championship. What?
Yeah, because he didn't think...
That's what Alex Cora has to say to guys.
But isn't that what everybody believes in the organization, that they're not at that point where they're a championship-ready team?
Why aren't they? It's the Boston Red Sox. Curtis is right.
It's a change in philosophy.
They have all the money in the world. Does Whit Grousbeck look at the luxury tax and find it to be a factor in any way, shape, or form? What he was going to pay Jaylen Brown?
That's a different thing.
What if we ask
Robert Kraft doesn't
why
do it?
is that different?
You think Robert Kraft sits there and goes, "Hey, Bill, we'd love to bring you back, but we're probably not going to win a championship." Robert Kraft's probably thinking the same thing. Next season, we're probably not going to win a championship. So is it worth it for me to spend a ton of money on maybe a team that isn't ready just yet, or we're rebuilding? And I think that's kind of what the guys with John Henry and the rest of those, hey, we're not really where we need to be.
I think you would be pressed to find another manager, owner, front office person say that to a player. That
Say
we're
what?
not going to win next season.
I could see a manager saying that.
I do not think, that is such and I love Alex Cora, but that's bad juju to put out there.
That's why the players love him, though.
Yeah, but that's what managers.
But I wouldn't love if I was on that team right now, I wouldn't love it.
But that's what managers and coaches do when they see a guy.
Then why doesn't it happen more often?
It happens all the time.
Give me another instance.
Oh my God.
You say it happens all the time.
It does.
So.
When a manager has a relationship with a player and says, "Hey, listen, we're probably not going to get a deal done with you here. You're probably better off to go." Bill used to do it all the time.
With who?
With Edelman, McCoy.
He told Edelman to go find more money.
Yes, so
that's not saying that you're not going to win a championship.
But the difference is listen, we're not a championship caliber team right now. So
who's done that in the past?
So I'm trying to explain it to you.
Well, you gave me.
I'm trying to explain it to you, Courtney, how managers and coaches work with people they respect and like players. They say, listen, we're probably not going to re-sign you here, whether it's because we're not going to pay you or we're not in a position where we're going to win a championship right now.
That's okay. If Alex Cora had a similar expectation to a lot of Red Sox fans and to a lot of media, which was that this team was not going to be that good this year, then I'm okay with that. But this team is a game out of being a wild card team.
Right, but prior
so
to the
you got to
season.
change, huh?
But prior to the season.
Okay. So the question then becomes, do you sit there and we can ask Sam Kennedy till we're red in the face, and we're not going to get an answer, but I'll ask at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
Do you sit there and has your opinion changed based on how this team is performing now and the opportunity that they have? Like literally, they're off for 3 of the next 12 days. So you can finagle your rotation and win these games and put yourself in an incredible spot heading into the deadline. And do you, Sam Kennedy, John Henry, Craig Breslow, do you see the opportunity in front of you, or are you only looking at what this team is in a year or 2 years or 3 years?
I would just say that it's never been more stark, the manner in which the Celtics and the Red Sox are operated. You have Wick Grossbeck saying we get paid in parades, and you have the Red Sox, which are just a giant charade, attempting to make fans believe something they know they don't see. And Wiggy, I get what you're saying, and I hear you. The reason Alex Cora isn't here is because he sees the future, and it's not what he came here to do.
So what is the future? That this year they're in a rebuilding year or a young guys year to see if guys are ready to go, and then they work towards winning next year.
They are ready to go.
It's chicken or the egg. They say they'll invest when they're good enough, but they're not going to be good enough to invest. It's what they say every effing year. And wait for it. We don't need to make a move at the deadline because Tristan Cassis is going to be our midseason acquisition, the same way Chris Sale was last year.
Yeah.
Red Sox fans know what this ownership group can do when they invest in the team. They were one of the best owners in all of sports for 20 years. They've shifted to the PGA, to the Penguins, and to Roush Fenway in Liverpool. That's just the facts of the matter.
Yeah, but they were always going into the season when they were doing that. They were always looked at as a team that was going to be good. You're coming off of 2 years with Alex Cora where you finished in last place.
You're going to finish in last. You would have finished in last place 3 of the last 4 years.
Right.
But you have young guys who actually want to win.
And
that's the point that I'm trying to make is,
And any other owner would have fired their manager when they finished in last place 2 years.
Okay.
Actually, they promoted Sam Kennedy when his team finished last place in 3 out of 4 years.
Here's Phil from New Hampshire. Hey, Phil.
Hey, good morning.
What's up?
Everything Chris just said right there was dead balls accurate. But I also wanted to say, I think you're making a little bit of a leap with what Cora said. I think Cora was, saying, like, don't sit there and hold out and miss, offers from teams that can win a championship because, you're going to end up twisting in the wind. These guys might not even give you an offer, and these aren't serious people right here. No. I think it was more going along those lines, like he was extending a courtesy.
Maybe.
That's what coaches and managers do.
Yeah,
if they respect you as a player, they say, "Hey, listen."
Seemed a little
Phil's right.
I mean, in your mind, should Justin Turner, Phil, be on this team this season?
He's not there.
Oh,
I would also say there was a time where what Wiggy's saying is accurate. That if Cora told the guy to go sign with a division rival, that would enrage the fan base. But the fan base now understands and aligns with Cora's way of thinking.
Yeah. All right. Well,